Currently, there are more than 8 billion people on this planet. All these people do something every day, whether it is a job, a hobby, or something completely different. In fact, every human being who has ever existed has been doing something. We just like to find a purpose in inventing, creating, or destroying stuff. Deep inside of us, we find a reason to wake up every day and enjoy seemingly meaningless tasks. Even you yourself found a motive to click on this video and probably question your entire existence after it. Okay, sure, me, you, and all the other people on this planet just like to change things into something more meaningful. We spend time with our family, try to stay healthy, or go to our jobs, which we all love so much. Helping others or becoming the best version of yourself can provide us with splendid significance in contrast to a dull existence. Okay, but before giving you too much hope, let me ask you one brazen question. Does it even matter? No, really. Let's say after biting in the dust and expecting a wonderful place with unlimited food, friends, and Mario Kart, there is just nothing. Everything, your memories, thoughts, and sentiments towards others are gone forever, lost in the endless darkness of our universe. So, if nothing truly matters, why are we doing all this? For what do we even wake up every day? Does it even make a difference if we help that old lady cross the street, if in the end nothing matters at all? But before losing our composure and going completely nuts, let me tell you that there is still hope at the end of the tunnel. Maybe our lives can still be great, even though we are just a little piece of dirt in the middle of nowhere. But before revealing the ultimate answer to our apparently trivial existence, let's have a look at a fascinating life story, somewhat around 2,000 years ago. In ancient Greece, there was a philosopher named Diogenes. One might suppose him to live this average wise life with wacky beards and endless contemplation about some smart stuff. However, Diogenes was not the kind of wise thinker we'd probably expect. First, instead of enjoying the comforts of cool, ancient temples like all his philosophy buddies, he lived in a small, dirty barrel. Second, he was known to often walk around completely naked, revealing his private parts to everyone. And thirdly, he had an even bigger reputation for relieving himself in public places. The more people around him, the better. Okay, by now, some smart Alex may step in.
He is not a philosopher. He's just a homeless guy, bothering fellow citizens. Real philosophers write books, or at least try to help humanity through wisdom.
Quite understandable. Diogenes might not convey the message of a legitimate man of wisdom at first. However, he was actually considered one of the wisest thinkers at the time. Even Plato himself often sought advice from him. The main goal of Diogenes was to challenge societal norms and advocate for a simpler, more authentic lifestyle. His eccentric behavior, such as walking exposed in the streets and openly mocking random people, aimed to provoke critical reflection on the pointless seriousness of our lives. Diogenes realized pretty soon that it doesn't make a difference at all how we live. All the people who made fun of him or pointed out his embarrassment behavior are now deceased and forever gone. So in fact, does it even make a difference at all how he lived? If everything afterwards will be forgotten for all eternity, how is it even possible to feel embarrassed about anything? By living in poverty and challenging the norms of his time, he conveyed a message of philosophical cynicism that emphasized the importance of living in accordance with reason and virtue rather than societal expectations. Diogenes' life serves as a radical example of how little it actually matters how you live, since everything, no matter what, will come to an end sooner or later. Just think of it. One day the sun will burn out. Earth and the universe around us will be left in complete darkness for eternity. Everything mankind has ever built, achieved, and discovered is lost in the eternal void of the cosmos. And there are these silly creatures called humans, too afraid to sing their favorite song out loud when walking down the streets, because it might be interpreted as too awkward. For instance, why do we even wear pants? Here is a picture of Earth before you decide to never wear pants to work again. And here, we have a picture of Earth after you've decided to never wear pants to work again. And here, we have a picture of a dog sitting funny. The latter actually doesn't have anything to do with it, but my point is that you could technically be an insane serial killer or a gracious person supporting homeless people. However, in the long run, it really doesn't make a difference at all. If the inevitable darkness awaits us all, and your way of life is just as irrelevant as a non-smoking sign at a Snoop Dogg concert, I wish you the best of luck with your next pantless workday. Okay, but before letting things get too much out of control, let's uncover the solution I've mentioned earlier. And again, we are taking a journey into ancient Greece with the famous myth of Sisyphus. The story of Sisyphus is a classic Greek myth that revolves around a cunning and deceitful king named Sisyphus, who regularly tried to deceive the gods and take advantage of them. However, one day, Zeus, the god of all gods, had enough of his trickery and punished him through a hard and arduous task. As his eternal punishment, Sisyphus was condemned to roll a boulder up a hill, only for it to roll back down each time he neared the summit, forcing him to repeat the task for eternity. No matter how much effort he puts in the end, the rock rolls back down, and all his efforts were in vain. Poor Sisyphus, right? Working and straining himself without any purpose at all. But wait, doesn't this endless cycle of pointless effort sound a little bit familiar? What truly separates us from Sisyphus? Don't we all roll our own boulder up the hill for no reason whatsoever? In fact, the French philosopher Albert Camus, with his model-like charisma, asserted that life itself is inherently absurd. Everything we improve, change, or discover has no intrinsic meaning at all in this absurd universe we live in. We go to work, we make some money, we buy nice stuff, and we may die of a stroke at the age of 80. If we look at it from this perspective, what was all this nonsensical effort even worth? Just like Sisyphus, our daily struggle seems eventually futile. Just as futile as trying to convince this cat to go on a diet. However, now comes the part where this seemingly unsolvable dilemma gets cleared up. Camus famously said, "One must imagine Sisyphus happy." Wait, doesn't it seem nonsensical to describe Sisyphus as happy, the poor guy forced to meaningless labor for all eternity? Nonetheless, with this quote, Camus didn't want to mock Sisyphus's plight, but rather point to the fact that it is within our power to create our own purpose in this absurd world. Despite his seemingly hopeless predicament, Camus suggests that Sisyphus can find meaning and even happiness in his eternal task. He gives himself a reason to wake up every day and make the best of it. What if the meaning of life is to find meaning in the absurd? What if Sisyphus's punishment is actually a gift, providing him with a sense of purpose in our pointless existence? In essence, Camus tries to say that if you declare a task as purposeful, it is purposeful, no matter if a floating stickman tries to convince you of anything else. So, there you have it, the final answer to the title of this video. Does anything matter? No. But if you think so, it does. And if you comply with these extremely super valuable striking lessons of today, I would really appreciate a like and a free subscription to this channel. Actually, do it or not, in the end, it doesn't make a difference anyway. Goodbye.